Tom, the Disabled Prepper. Welcome back. I cannot describe to you what it's taken to try to make this video. I've tried to make this video over 40 times, and between the trains running across the street all the time and the storms coming in and out and ruining the natural lighting, or not ruining it, but changing the natural lighting, and I keep getting off on tangents about politics because they have had such a dramatic effect on our lives over the last few months. And all I want to do is just make a video and let my subscribers and the people that watch it know that I want to offer you some encouragement. We've been through some nutty stuff with this pandemic that didn't kill millions of people, and we got knocked down by that wave, and we start to get back up and we get to the point where we're not wearing our masks again, and then we get knocked down by another wave of rioting, looting, and burning and craziness across the country, And I just have been struggling over the last couple of weeks just to make a video to tell people that, to encourage us, to encourage my fellow citizens. And it just seems as if God just really doesn't want me to make this video. Anyway, so I'm going to try this again. We'll see. Who knows? I might actually be successful. The train finally went by and it seems like it's quiet enough, and I had to unplug the refrigerator so it wasn't running, and I'm using the kitchen light. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the color of the video too terribly bad, I don't want to disturb my awesome personal glow. Anyway, so I better talk because I don't know if the train's going to back up now or what. But anyway, so we've been knocked down by these two waves, and our society, our country, our communities have taken some really dramatic hits. And we're getting back up on our feet. We're brushing the seaweed and the sand off of our clothing, and we're starting to get our bearings back and our strength back, and let's hope we can hold on to it and build our strength back up to what we once had. I want to encourage my fellow citizens and patriots and preppers that this has been a tough few months, but we can kind of breathe a little bit here. We have some breathing room. A lot of us are getting back to work. We're getting our bills paid again, and I want to encourage us to hold on, to grow closer together as a community, to talk to your neighbors, talk to your family members. There's our country. There are forces in the background that are doing the best that they can do to try to divide our country, to drive a wedge between us and destroy our country. Divide and conquer is a very common battle plan. And our country has taken some really horrible, our communities have taken some really horrible hits lately. But I want to encourage us to stand together, to be strong, to get with your family members. A lot of people I've spoken with, a lot of people I know, these things have really altered their thoughts on who we are as a country, not only for the negative, for the positive. There's a lot of people that are really starting to realize that you can't rely on the government, and you can't rely on the stores always having food. And self-sufficiency has become a subject of discussion quite a bit more broad than it has in recent years. And a lot of people are starting to realize that, you have crazy people like Minneapolis that are defunding the police, that are actually dismantling their police programs. Now, I'm not going to speak to that at this moment because that's very political. But my point of view is, for the most part, 90% of the effort put out by the police should be done by community militias. As a community, we should know our neighbors, and we should be able to patrol, and we should know who belongs in our neighborhood. This is not unreasonable things for us. So we should be forming community militias. And if we need less police officers, so much the better. Less police officers equals less tax. But that doesn't mean policing as a whole needs to be completely dismantled. I do truly believe policing, at least generally speaking, could use some reforms, especially in areas where you have rioting, looting, and burning, and the cops are just standing there watching this all happen. What's going on there? There's something not quite right with these pictures, with these scenes that we're seeing. What is deficient to me in our communities is the people. It's our community. We should take care of it. We should police it. I believe the Guardian Angels, which I believe operated out of New York, the Guardian Angels have come out of retirement and are back in business, so to speak, and are patrolling neighborhoods again and walking people home and guarding businesses. That is commendable. That is something I remember as a child when I heard about the Guardian Angels. It really motivated me. I thought it was just something fantastically beautiful that our country, that each community should have, comprised of community members. Now, granted, tougher communities like Chicago, where you have 100 deaths over the course of the Father's Day weekend, a lot of people aren't going to really want to, they're not going to really want to patrol that because, that's dangerous. But anyway, we'll lay that aside for now. Anyway, so us preppers, us citizens, us patriots, let's look back on what we've been through. Let's find our lessons that we should learn from all of this. What skills do we need to practice or improve on, or to learn from new? How's our operational security? How's our situational awareness? Are we aware of what's going on? Do we know what's around us? Do we see what's happening? Can we see trouble when it's coming? What skills do we need to learn? What additional preparations do we need to bring into our stores? Do we need to maybe have some extra meat? Do we need to have some extra masks? Do we need to get to the range and do some more practice? Do we need to form communities? Do we need to form groups within our communities, with our neighbors? You watch your house and you watch my house, I'll watch yours. You watch my back, I'll watch yours. These are the things that are going to make us better and stronger in the future. And that's the encouragement that I want everyone to realize. So that's the encouragement I want for us in our communities, for our country. We need to fill in the gaps. We need to talk to each other. We need to stop screaming at each other, and we need to stop being offended over every little frickin' thing. We need to be have a little thicker skin. And some of these babies that are crying over every little thing, they need to just be told no. I don't know how in the world they were raised or whatever, what's caused them that they think that every molecule in the universe needs to align to their specific desires. But somebody needs to be told no a little more often, in my opinion. Anyway, that's going off into some territory I don't want to go off into. But anyway, that still doesn't detract from the fact that we need to spend a little more time talking with each other, and we need to resolve these issues. We need less government and more people. The people, our country was designed to have small government. for things to be solved by the communities, for the states to be independent. We don't need President Trump jumping in on everything. We don't need to demand that he jump in on every little action that happens across this country. These things need to be solved by the communities. The communities are the ones that are being affected. The communities are the ones that should solve the issues. We need less babies, need more men, and we need to get together and be prepared, because we got about 5 months plus or minus until the election, and we've already seen what the last 3+ years have brought in terms of craziness, and we know it's only going to get crazier. Okay, so that's, hopefully I didn't hurt anyone's feelings, and hopefully I've encouraged my fellow citizens, my fellow patriots, and those in my community that we need to pull together. We need to fix these cracks and these breaks in our unity, and we need to be a better society after all this. Okay, remember to always keep your nose in the wind and your eyes along the skyline. Until we meet again. Bye.